Good evening. I'd like to speak to you tonight about global voice, the coming of planetary unity. I'd like to ask you, when was the last time on a news program anywhere you heard any responsible leader talk about the future in any way, positive, negative, or otherwise, but especially positive? How can we spend so much of our time collecting money and soldiers and hate to defend against other people who might get us someday? When are we going to get on the right side of this ticket? Now, is that your fault? Is that my fault? Is it our fault? Or is it those guys who keep trying to fool us into believing the world is all cut up and divided by dangerous people? Well, I'll tell you what I think the elephant in the closet is. And I think the elephant in the closet is the fact that we have had a functioning global civilization for 30 years. There are 100 billion communications a day on this planet, between cell phones and emails mostly, but they rip across borders like tsunamis. The place is covered. Our boundaries, our national entities don't mean much of anything to ordinary people, especially to young people, who, since they grew up, ate food in common with people on the rest of the planet, went to sports events, saw movies, listened to music, and all the other 40 dimensions of culture, which are spread uniformly around our planet now, and are our common culture. The thought that we are separated somehow is perpetrated by people who want to sell you something or get your allegiance to buy something, spend your money or print your money to do it. Anybody who's whining at you anywhere wants your money in some way. Trust me on that. So, what to do? Well, it turns out that some people actually have thought about a 100-year vision, and they have even thought about something as seemingly insane as beginning to move out toward paradise. Now, wouldn't you think a civilization of our stature, with all of the communications and experience we've had so far, might consider that a real job? Why wouldn't that be the thing we started to work on in the beginning? Are you willing to wait till next time to have paradise? Well, I'm not, and I don't. I'm not waiting, and there are no excuses. I live pretty close to it right now, I would imagine, and so do people out here in my biosphere, and you don't even have to know where that is. The United Nations 100 years ago started probably the first global event. There are global events every hour on the hour now in this world, some bigger than others. But believe me, they are completely antithetical to the stories we continue to hear about boogeymen out there. When will it be the moment that we have a voice as people all over this planet who want the same damn thing anyway, can be big enough and unified enough to say to our institutions, look, we invented you in the first place, and we've got some new ideas for what you should be doing. Get off the survival kick. Get off the you're too special kick, or we will just simply let you go. And that's the way it would work. We would just simply not pay attention to them, and pretty soon they would be gone. And probably that's happening now. That's what actually happens every generation and always has. So, if you don't hear any tire rubber burning in the curves on your way to a world that will be so different by 2012 that you won't even recognize it, don't worry. It's the millions of little seedlings that are growing up in the forest of creaky old trees that will one day be large enough and tall enough to be heard. and we will have global voice.